my daughter, all right?
Trust me when I tell you that I'm gonna do everything I can.
Where's my daughter?
Sooner or later, he'll cut you down.
Jeffrey, how are you?
I'm fine, my friend. How are you?
Good. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Oh, my pleasure. What a thrilling movie. Congratulations. And it was explosive. I'll tell you that. It was fantastic.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Well, you know, Javier, we're a civilized society of laws, but there's something about personal vengeance we secretly cheer for, don't we?
Yes, we do. I do. For certain things, like this movie, I mean, again, I respect the law, but I was walking my little kids to kindergarten in 2012, and I was playing in my head the news about Newtown, Connecticut, Sandy Hook, Adam Lanza. And I kept looking at all those kindergartners and thinking, oh my God, I can't imagine this happening here right now. And I started to go into a dark side. What would I do? You know, could I really be one of those parents to say, I forgive and move on? And I go, I don't think I'm a nice person because I got really, really dark thoughts. And then I hear, Adam Lamsa killed himself. Adam killed himself. So you don't even get the satisfaction of beating him up. And I was just venting and I started writing the frustration on Santiago. You know, fuck. And then I started thinking, wow, what if I really lost it? Would I really do something like that? Would I go that insane? Would I turn into a bad person? And then I started to write Max and what would the consequences be? Can you really get away? Can you really go under the radar? I don't know, you can. But obviously that was exploring those ideas, how we came up with this thing.
Well, you know, Kellan.
I didn't plan on it. It's just all these things came out.
Well, you know, Max is a Marine who seeks revenge for those who killed his wife and brother, kidnapped his younger daughter. Could there be a more dangerous weapon, though?
Nothing like a pet daddy. Oh yeah,
It's scary. I mean,
yeah, it's frightening.
You know, for him, this is the first time that Kellan had a leading role for him. Did you notice his ability right away?
Kellan?
Yes.
Oh, he's got other leading roles. He was in
Right, but I mean, for something like this, you know, that has such an emotional range, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
Yeah, that's
fantastic. Yeah, he was amazing, and he always. What I really appreciated is that he really likes to work based on realism. If he didn't feel real, if he was going to feel it over the top, the scene, or would he really do that? We will work on all those details, and then you know he can always look cool, but can he make us feel something? So there is a moment when we were doing that scene where he finds a little paper of his daughter. He needed some time to be alone for a little while. And I would just say action. I go, you know what? Whenever we'll be here waiting. And he'll be 5 minutes thinking about who knows what. And he'll come and full on do his take, cut, and then he'll take a break, breathe, and we'll do it again. But and again, I will try not to make him do it a lot because he was just he actually his wife was about to have a baby when we were shooting this. So he almost had to leave the set because his wife like was doing a day or something. So we made it through. But I know he was going through a lot of negative thoughts in his head, trying to feel that. So it's impressive what they can do.
That was the exact scene I was thinking when he found the little painting his daughter did among the carnage. Were there times you had to bring him back? Was that one of the scenes that you had to do that because he had such sorrow and despair? There's lots of famous stories, you know, from Jack Lemmon and Days of Wine and Roses, and were they actually just they had to bring them back after that scene?
No, he was. I was just the guy just turned it off, and he was back to. How you doing?
That's amazing.
He makes it look. He makes it look easy.
It makes it look easy, but it's not. It's not.
Same with Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff. I mean, this is the first time I get in like 20 years to work with SAG actors. I always work with any actors I could find, but I mean, I'm working with these SAG actors, professional actors, and it's such a switch. It's great, but I'm working with Jeff Fahey. I'm like, the character's doing this, the character's doing that. He goes, Javier, I've read the script. I know what's in it. I got this. Don't put things in my head. I got this. And I go, okay. And then he does the scene and it's perfect. I go, oh, so that when you have experience, you can do things like that and do it right the first take.
Now, he wasn't your first choice, right? It was William Forsythe, but he contracted COVID. Is that the true story?
Yeah, actually, we had cast Will Forsythe, and on the first day, he got COVID. So we were shut down for a week, and Jeff was just finishing something, and he actually, the reason we thought of him because my producer Elias knows him well. They work together, so he called him, "Are you available? Can you make it tomorrow to Seattle?" And he saved the day. He showed up and saved the day. We reshoot just the restaurant scene, the opening scene. That's the only one we have to reshoot with him.
Now, this movie has brutal action, nails and bats, gas warehouse explosions with bombs. Where do you get your ideas? I always wondered when an action writer has a script like this, where do you get your ideas? Do you think of like some battles, or how do you get your inspiration?
Well, I'm not an action writer. Everything I write is usually pretty just banter and conversations, and that's what I focus in the movie. Even the action scenes are all choreographed. I try to minimize it as much as possible. But obviously, it needs to happen for that movie to go through. So it's a lot of times I want to be creative, but I also wanted to remember some feelings I got from a certain movie. So when I remember there was an explosion on The Professional. And when I imagine Max looked back at his house blew, I remember thinking, that explosion, the way he played, I really like feeling. So we'll try to say, can we do that? So my first idea, let's blow the fucking building. And the producer say, oh, there's not enough money for that. Okay, we can do that. So what can we do? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to open the window, put an air cannon, blow shit out. And then we had CGI flames and all that. And then the city says, no, you can't do that shit here because we have homeless people. You're going to scare everybody. And I said, okay, well, we're just going to put the camera in it. And then I go to the CGI guy and beg him to help me to make it look like it's exploded. And then we just throw debris or something. So, yeah, some of them were trying to replicate something I saw because it actually is not in my nature and all this stuff is, there's people that are so good. You have to have the knowledge to know some of the things you can do, but we have probably knowledge in some things, but then you have the budget to do something like that.
Well, it looks spectacular. It looks spectacular, my friend. And it just, what I loved about was the personality in this. There was such a personal. It seems like you wrote from the heart from this, and every action had a reaction and a purpose. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, I like to do that. I try to focus on the characters as much as possible. And there was more of the characters. They just cut the movie down, half an hour down. It was still our movie.
Well, you did a fantastic job. Due Justice is November 24th in theaters and on demand digitally. And fantastic job. And thank you for your time today. And let's talk again soon.
Thank you. You're in Vegas, right?
I am born and raised.
Okay. Well, there is a movie that's going to come out that was shot in Vegas called Ruthless.
Oh.
Have you heard about that one?
No.
It was with Dermot Mulroney.
Uh-huh.
And it's a movie I wrote, and they shot it about 2 weeks after this, and they shot everything in Las Vegas.
Well, that's
and you'll hear about it it's already, the poster is out already, and it's coming out December 15th.
Okay. Well, let's talk again.
Vegas movie there.
I love that. Care. We'll talk again for Ruthless, okay?
All right, take care.
Wonderful. Thank you. Good luck with the film.
Bye-bye.